Yeah, I had, like I say, I purchased Germany myself, and I had basically built it up and invented for it, and they were my people basically down there on the beaches. We had, the German soldiers were my soldiers. That was my country, and I had invented and I had built it, and I owned the companies, the factories in Germany, and like I say, I really had this feeling like I am helping someone else take out my own country. And so I wanted to be sure that I wasn't actually helping someone else take out my Germany. But it was my Germany. And we tried to give them every opportunity to give up because, and it was just that one drug dealer, and we were searching through the world for this one person because, like I said, they were doing hits in other countries and taking out these other people in the other countries, other factories. They had taken out some of my leaders and some of my people that had been managing my companies, to take them over. And so we spent 5 years doing the investigation that led up to D-Day. And I'm not sure if it was World War One, but at some point in time, we investigated for 5 years to finally pin down this person, that this was the person that we wanted, that was actually involved, that was leading all this, that was doing all this stuff. So like I said, it was Omaha or one of those beaches where we went up and we had the amphibious attack. And that was actually like the first strike. We hit that one, and then we got valuable intel that said that all these other places were part of it or something like that. So we started hitting all these different other places. And so anyway, it was complicated though because like it was one of those complicated situations because they were my German people, and like I cared about them. I didn't want them to die. Like I didn't want to be. I wasn't trying to do this as a war, as a takeover, because I already own Germany. So, and I'm already creator of life forms and everything else. And I was just trying to make the death, make the pain stop, because they were, like I say, they were torturing people, they were hurting people, they were attacking factories, legitimate factories, to take them over, and I was I was just taking out the people that were doing that. And like I say, there were lots of so-called pimps or dons, that were controlling these women or making these women, for drugs, for sex and money, and all that other stuff. And so they were a problem too. So I had to take them out as well. And like I said, in the end, we were grabbing truck drivers and putting them, like I would have like one experienced tank commander or one experienced tank gunner, and I'd have a truck driver and a tank. So, and we were pulling right off the assembly line for these tanks. They didn't go through the normal process because normally with a tank, you would, it would be presented at like a show, and then say the world leaders or whoever would go and buy them for their use or whatever. And this was different because I was, like a lot of people said, well, it looked like you were taking out your own customers. It's like, no, I was taking out some really bad people. That's what it was, that like to use my weapons to hurt people. And it's like, well, I mean, it's kind of complicated because it's like I'm a arms manufacturer. I'm a mining foundry person and a leader of countries or leader of people, and I was taking out these bad people. So I wasn't really hitting my customers so much as I was hitting these people that were really bad. And like I say, I wanted to make sure that I wasn't just helping Nixon get in there, because Nixon was a bad person too. Yeah, apparently I was trying to make sure that I wasn't just helping someone else come to power, because like that's why we did such an extensive investigation afterwards, because I was like, I want to make sure that I'm not just taking out someone, and helping someone else come to power. It's like I'm not doing that. I'm not like letting someone ride in on my coattails, just to seize power and have the same problem or worse of a problem in its place. I was taking out people that were the biggest killers or the biggest rapists or whatever. So and like everything was pretty good. It's just that, anyway, I don't know. Um, because I just know what I was being told and what it looked like. Like I say, there were 3 investigators or lots of police officers that had disappeared in Germany, that were dead and gone, and people were wondering where they were. So we took out the person that had taken them out, and then we were going after everyone else. So Anyway, yeah, it was a different situation because I'm creator of life forms and and all this other stuff, and I don't normally get involved. I was being neutral up until that point. At that point, that's when I changed to basically say like, all right, I'm doing this, and we're just gonna keep it going until we're done. I was cleaning up the world, you know, so the world would be a better place afterwards, and that's why a lot of people. It was a different kind of atmosphere afterwards. A lot of the streets, a lot of the streets that had been the worst streets where people would be raped or killed, they were different afterwards. Because I literally had taken out everyone that was bad or that had used my weapons, you know. So, so it was a different kind of situation, and like I say, I was really apprehensive and really cautious because I really felt like I was making a mistake somehow, you know. But nah, I was going with the facts. These people had a lot of people had disappeared or died, and now I was going after the people that had made them disappear and die, I guess. I mean, I was trying to make sure. And that's why there was a 5-year investigation or 3-year investigation after D-Day, about D-Day. And that might be why they made it top secret, because they wanted to make sure that I was the one that was telling the story, because it was me, Lucifer. So, like I say, and then normally you just pull in your family or whoever you could actually hire, or however much money you had. And this was different because they were writing with me, the creator. You know, this was my action. Anyway, so that's why it was all confusing and weird, because normally this kind of thing doesn't happen. I don't normally I don't ever get involved. I'm neutral. That's one of my main things. I'm like, I'm neutral. I don't do this. I don't get involved. And in D-Day, it just got to that point where I couldn't be neutral anymore. Anyway, so that's what happened. I started to actually take a side. I picked a side. I was like, okay, these people are bad. These people are killing people. These people are making people disappear. I'm going after these people. So that's why, and that's why it's like, if you're a German soldier or whoever, you know, it was a ridiculous situation. It was not a normal situation. Like, these were hardened bases that nobody could take. But it's different for me because I was applying overwhelming force. And we were positive. We had credible intel as far as we knew. Very credible. A 5-year investigation. We were absolutely, as far as completely sure of what was going on as we possibly could be. So, anyway. And then we started rebuilding the country afterwards. So it wasn't just go in there and hit them and then take over. It was go over, hit them, rebuild. And then, like I said, we were refining the drugs. We were making the drugs more, you know, we were turning the plantations around. We were feeding more people. I was changing the world right then and there. That was one of those things that would change the world forever. So, yeah.